Was university a waste of time? Yes. What is going on, guys? Gabriel Sey, aka The Truth, and today a slightly different video. I normally do loads of fitness videos, but I wanted to talk about this. So I'm going to talk about this shit because I want to talk about it. I'm saying university, everyone's probably started now or starting around about now. I think now would be like, well, as I'm recording this, it would kind of like be Freshers Week, if I remember correctly, from way back or when in 2003 when I went. But the common question I get asked is, especially when people go to me, oh, so you're a personal trainer, okay, online coach, okay, and you do your clothing and stuff, and you do some of the videoing, the videography and YouTube and those kind of things. I'm like, yeah. That's kind of like where my money comes from now. So what did you do at uni? Did you do like media or sports science? No, I did motorsport engineering. Motorsport engineering? Oh, why didn't you do that? Because I hated it. I literally didn't. I didn't enjoy my degree. I think because I started off doing mechanical engineering. Then after, was it first or second year? Technically had to start again. No, it was after second year, but I was able to start from second year again. So moving to motorsport, I had to repeat second year for that transitional period. But the issue was, all right, so say you go into an art class here, they start creating all these what ifs that will never ever happen, like ever. So, what about if we calculate what happens if you fly into space with your hand in a jug of water, but you need to paint a picture? How about we calculate the coefficient of the flexibility of the paintbrush? What? Like, huh? And that's literally what I felt like I was battling all the time. Some of the questions I was just like, this doesn't make sense for modern day motorsport science. You know, calculating the heat transfer through random materials that have never been in, and in the future of cars, it doesn't seem it's even going that way. So I would question things. And as I questioned things, then I was the back chatter. So yeah, I just I'd lost love for it anyway, because I just felt every time I was in my lectures, I think I've still got some of my notebooks. The first 4 pages, you know when you start uni or school or something and the first four pages are perfect, clean. Everything's to the letter. The titles, I've underlined it with a ruler. Then you get to like page 8. Then the date is half filled in. You've underlined it a little bit. And then the notes are kind of like, it's wishy-washy. I'll catch up with that later. Or I'll ask someone for the notes so I can make detailed notes. Then it got to halfway through the book, I was drawing. I was drawing. I quickly found out that although I was okay at the academic side of things, my whole thing was business. My whole thing was making money. My whole thing was, what can I do now to generate an income that I can just live nice right now? So the first thing I started doing is I started running events. I was running, it started off with 1 on a Wednesday, and it ended up being 3 across Bristol. And I was still working at Carphone Warehouse part-time, and I was still going to my lectures. And that instilled a next type of work ethic that for some reason couldn't translate over to the academic side. I would wake up, and I was still getting stuff done, but my focus was shifted. So I was getting up early, 8 o'clock lectures, 2-hour lectures in the morning. That was the hardest thing to get up for. Because my lecturer at the time, he had the most monotone voice. He'd be talking like this the whole time, and blah, 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 blah. So then I'd do my lectures. Then around about 2 o'clock, I'd head into Bristol City Centre. Then I'd walk down from Clifton So those of you that know Bristol, I'd walk down from Clifton all the way down the hill, all the way down into Broadmead, sometimes further down into St. Paul's as well, and handing out flyers, banging out flyers, all the way down, talking to as many people as possible, stopping, come to my night, this and that, and we do that every day, me and my boy TJ. And not chilling with TJ, a different TJ. But, and then I'd go to work it's normally started at 4 or 5. Then as soon as I finish work, I get home, grab something to eat, then I'm back into the city centre, and around, like, the club back then was Romeo Brown's, near Slug Lettuce. So any of you Bristol heads, you might know what I'm talking about. But it was kind of near the waterfront, so we just scanned that whole area, handing out flyers for at least 2 hours. Then I go back home, chill for a little bit, because from like 11 till 1:30, everyone's in the clubs anyway, or people have gone home. Then head back down into town for 3 a.m. and I'll bang out flyers till from 2 a.m. till about 3:30 a.m. I'd start banging out flyers, talking to people, blah, blah, trying to get them to the night. And it worked. It all worked. It was popping off and all that kind of stuff. Then we expanded more. Then we were doing, then we did the Freshers event, the UE Freshers event. Brought down Trevor Nelson, brought down dancers, bro. That night was epic. We had the VIP section where we had shisha, we had a chocolate, strawberry, champagne. Mad. It was mad. Like I enjoyed that so much. And then from there moved on to clothing. So it was a GFO clothing. I did like some samples and I didn't really know much about it. You might remember my video where I was talking about how I started True Beast, but I didn't have a clue. All I was doing was buying stock stuff, so like Continental stuff, and I had my designs and I was printing it, but I always had the dream of having an external manufacturer make them and stuff like that. So I was just trying to put the word out, see how things were going, selling them to my friends, sold a few to some other places. I actually got into a shop. What shop was it? It was near Slicks going up Gloucester Road, the chicken shop. There was a shop a few doors down that was selling clothing. I managed to get it in there. A few sales came from there, and you know, it just became harder and harder. I didn't really know the processes and stuff like that. Then uni started kicking my ass, and then I stopped doing that. But I've always had the entrepreneurial mindset from when I was younger. I used to flip and draw Space Jam pictures. I had loads of them. Draw one, and then keep drawing them, and then on the folder, I was selling them. So on the folder, I had the price that I charge. So if it took me a short space of time, I was charging 50p. If it took me a lot longer, I was charging £1, 90p, stuff like that. So then me and my friend Adam made a comic book, and then I got into like buying and trading consoles, and that was purely for me to get the console that I wanted, because I knew from a young age I wanted to do things myself. I was doing a paper round, bought my first computer game, then I got that computer game, packaged it up well, made it look nice, got a box, sold it, made more money, got it back, kept doing that. Then I started doing it with cars, so I was flipping cars. So I started off with one car, and then I'd do it up, put like speakers in it, all that kind of stuff, sell it for more. And yeah, it's just mad. I've always been doing that type of thing. So when people ask me, was university a waste of time? In terms of academically, yes, because I'm not using the degree. But in terms of like building myself, understanding myself and knowing my direction and my strengths, hell no. Half the stuff that I did at uni, whilst I was at uni, I don't think I would have done here. I would have done something similar, but just being away from home, having my own freedom, having my own house and all that kind of stuff, and relying on myself, not relying on any other people, that was a huge eye-opener for certain things. So yeah, I don't think in that respect it was a waste of time. And I had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, made a lot of contacts. Some of the people I still talk to now. My friend has got a podcast now. He's doing very well in the marketing space, and I did a podcast for him. And that connection has led on to different things. And it's just, yeah, it's been really good. And it just, from uni was when I started realizing my potential within the video creation space. So when it came to like highlight reels and all that kind of stuff for American football, I did it. I was piecing them together, I was putting the music behind it and stuff like that. So that was developed through there as well. Do I wish I'd changed anything? Because what actually happened was when I wanted to change from mechanical, I actually wanted to do creative product design. My dad gave me the suggestion of doing motorsport engineering because he knew of my love of cars. I think deep down I knew that I wanted to do product design, but then I went with motorsport anyway. Would I go back and change it and then go and do creative product design? No, you can't dwell on stuff like that. There's no regrets. No regrets, just experiences. But yeah, I'm just gonna repeat myself and start rambling on. But yeah, uni wasn't a waste of time in terms of personal development, but I thought in terms of academia, it was for me. Might not be for you, but that's just my story. It took me ages to do it as well. Failed a couple years and all that kind of shit. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Slightly different, but I thought that was a big part of my life in terms of shaping where I am today. So I thought I'd just let you guys know, seeing as this is my channel and I decided to post it. So anyway, catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out in the his house. Peace.
Whipping excursion. I gotta pick up that person. In the trap, tripping that working. You're not a gangster, you're just an internet version.